Hello everyone, welcome to another stream with me, your host for today. I feel like this menu music is louder than usual, hang on. It's weird, the menu music is louder compared to like when you're in this other menu here. Title screen, that's not what I'm saying. The title screen music is louder than the main menu music for some reason. I don't know why. Alright. Hey Shane, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? And hello everyone else. It's time, dear friends. We're gonna be playing Danganronpa 2. We continue and start the class trial. The trial where we find out who killed Nagito. I think, well, I don't know who killed him. That much I can say. But I think one thing that I do know, at least I'm 80% confident. I think Chiaki is the traitor. That much I can say, like that much I can like say I'm semi-confident that is true. But the question here is whether the question here we're trying to figure out is not who the killer is, not who the traitor is, but who the killer is. Because it's entirely possible that the killer may not even be the traitor. It could be someone else. So that's what we're gonna find out today. Let's go. Oh, hey Bor, sorry. you're not in the stream. Oh, very tense, very tense. Right, yeah, I already said I think Chiaki is the traitor. She may or may not be the killer, that much is certain, because I think whoever did the murder, right, potentially might be trying to pin the murder on the traitor, right? Because it makes sense. It makes sense that they're the most obvious suspect, right? They would want to kill Nagito because Nagito's been trying to expose them for a majority of this chapter. And, you know, the killer may be doing a million IQ move, kill Nagito, pin the blame on the traitor, and then they get to leave the island or whatever. Right? But who could it be? Sonya's been acting a little suspicious. That's kind of part for the course. I feel like she's been acting suspicious in many chapters already. But I'm a little less confident to say she is the killer. I mean, who knows? Maybe she's the traitor and not Chiaki. We're gonna try to piece things together this chapter. The killer's definitely plays 8-dimensional chess. Damn. Right. I think I've already set my skills. Oh, almost forgot that one. I'm pretty sure we're not gonna get any. We won't have any more chance to. Oh, Jesus, the music's popping off. This is. We're not gonna get another chance for. We're not gonna get any more chances for free time. So I'm pretty sure those skills, the skills that I have right now, are gonna be the same skills I'm gonna be using until the final class trial. Who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe for some reason the final chapter, the next chapter, will also have free time. For some reason. Are you guys ready? Because I am. Let's go. Again, no hints, guys.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial.
No hints, no clues, unless I ask for it. And no spoil. Above all, no spoilers.
During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Oh, wow, for once, Monami isn't tied up.
If you vote correctly,
She's actually
the
standing.
blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person,
Yeah, I think I should have like gone through a short recap, but I want to jump right into the game. That's why. So much has happened during the previous investigation. Also, look how much coins I have, guys. Blaze it. Yeah, so much happened during the investigation last time. But I want to get right into the game.
I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Yep. Whoa.
Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you?
Monami's done playing games. She got her A game on.
You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit?
And Monokuma's just like trying to, teasing her to like say something. Oh,
No!
that was mean. Oh, and she's not even saying anything this time.
One more time!
Oh, this is brutal. Why are you doing this?
How about this one? This will be my final blow!
Aw, Monami.
It's useless.
Like, why would he even do that? I mean, I kind of know why, but it's still awful.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake.
Also, isn't it a little suspicious that Sonia, out of everyone, was the one to step in? I'm just saying.
Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
Just throwing that out there. I mean, hey Gastro, welcome to the stream. How are you?
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
That makes sense, but I think because that makes sense, I think the killer is using that to cover themselves up. That's as I said earlier.
No, that might not be it.
Oh, there we go.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid. There's no way in hell I'm the traitor.
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Let's see what Kazuichi has to say, because he had some things to say. Oh Jesus, there's a lot here. Monokuma's account, did he say something? Oh my god.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Hang on. I know it's only been a week, but I've already kind of forgotten some of our truth bullets. Okay. Let's go through, let's listen to what he has to say first before going through them.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
That's true.
That's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That's Fuyuhiko.
Fuyuhiko.
Oh.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
I mean, you are a Yakuza. I feel like torturing is something, they're good at. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. Were the wounds in Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Hang on. Let's look at our bullets.
The killer.
Monokuma's account. All the way down here. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake. However, he apparently never revealed that fact to anyone. Okay. Torture wounds. Both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Survival knife. Survival knife was stabbed in his right hand. Knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. Duct tape. Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. Ooh, wait, I think I get it. The killer wasn't torturing Nagito to get information out of him. Right? Because if they were trying to get information out of them, they wouldn't put the duct tape on his mouth, because he can't say anything because the duct tape is on his mouth. Right. Let's try that.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's wrong. Tell him, Hajime.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
We're starting strong here, boys and girls and non-binary pals.
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Oh! Already, alright.
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid? We're already getting a rebuttal showdown, alright. Things are heating up now. Torture, spear of Gungnir, oil lighter, burned rope, torture wounds. See what he has to say.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't
What?
back down.
He wanted to hide the fact that he was being interrogated? How? Advance.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
I think he's gonna
Pay
write.
attention. This is how it... First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
No, that's not it.
That was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
No. Because if they did put the duct tape on after he was killed, then there should be blood underneath his mouth, but there isn't. I got you. Hang on. Which... I think I have to use the duct tape again. I think I have to use the duct tape again. If you had listened to me, I would have gone through.
Pay attention. This is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Okay, that's true.
Then, after they killed him,
That's...
they duct taped his mouth shut.
No? Oh, Hajime, you idiot. What are you even saying? Are you trying to rebut me with that?
Crap!
Ah, shoot.
Pay attention. This is how it went down.
Ah, shoot.
First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
They taped Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. Sure, that sounds reasonable. But that clearly contradicts the truth. Hang on. I think I have to use
Pay attention.
it on the
This is how it
second
went.
statement.
First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words. No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
Tell him, Hajime.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors. We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Kazuichi, please. Now's not the time. Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
Yep.
The the blood on his face came from his arm wounds, which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so he wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
I mean, everyone has. Everyone does, kinda.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
That sounds reasonable.
So, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
Hmm? The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Well, whoever did it probably set that in advance.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back. Which means it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
No, someone did. Someone just planned it in advance.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this. Some kind of setup? Like what? I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
He always finds the time to sneak a compliment for her.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? They're right, we need to clear that up first. Oil lighter, right? Oil lighter? And the Monokuma panels that were tipped over. And maybe that triggered the oil lighter?
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. He lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter. Based on the shape of that oil lighter,
Clatter, clatter.
it
What
can
the fuck
stand
was
upright
that?
while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
I think the Monokuma
Maybe
panels,
they
right?
used invisible thread.
Not invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Sound
Or
wave?
perhaps opening the door caused
Opening the door, I think that's
intense
it.
wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
I think it's the Monokuma panels. Some kind of setup was used to start that fire, so what could it be?
The direct
Let me look at that again. A lot of typos in one area, the panels seem to be laying on top of each other in a straight, orderly line. Yeah, look at that. And then the oil lighter. Is that the oil lighter at the end there?
the oil lighter found at
The killer used some. He lit the curtain on.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just based on the shape of that. It can stand upright while the
If they tipped over the lighter in some, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Not
Or
sound wave.
perhaps opening the door caused.
I agree with you. Let's go, let's go.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, Sonia, no.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right?
They were probably stacked up against the door.
It looked like they were scattered everywhere. but some were laying on top of each other in a single line.
So they were stacked on top of the door, and then when Akane kicked the door open, the panels went flying like that, and then caused the oil lighter to light the curtain.
Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels.
Oh, excuse me. Ooh,
So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second.
that's a handy, whatchamacallit, visual representation.
And from there, they felt like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Something else? The killer did one other thing to hide the domino effect. Oh shit. What's this? The what? The MP3 player? So the sound distracted us? Eh? Oh lord. Was it this one?
I see!
What? Oh, okay, I guess. It was distracting.
You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I assumed the song was to muffle the sounds of Nagito trying to scream. But that makes sense. That also makes sense. The inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? I'm not talking about the music, until it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
Wow, and Akane was the one who discovered that. Yeah, she's really, like, reliable when it comes to that. Her heightened senses about how she could, like, hear and smell things that the other students are, like, have trouble doing so.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine, I'll open it slowly. That's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? Yeah, I think that thing blocking the door were the stack of Monokuma panels, right? It's trapped, seriously. Okay. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored the protests, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Oh, you're right. You're right. So then, were they inside the whole time?
Is that a problem?
Yeah. That's correct. Chiaki's onto something. The blocked doorway. How could the killer have left the Monokuma panels stacked that way and then leave the warehouse? I guess maybe they could have escaped through other means? Or were they in the warehouse the whole time? Somehow. I don't know. But she is onto something. That is something that's a little suspicious.
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. So the problem Chiaki's talking about is we couldn't take any merch. The killer couldn't have left.
I see.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You just said that.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Who? Huh?
You don't mean...
Monokuma? But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
Is she insinuating that Nagito did it? The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Is she insinuating that Nagito somehow did that? Before tying himself up and then dying? Oh my god, look at Monami. Oh, I feel so sorry.
This is my answer.
What?
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim.
Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim.
Was this a
What
suicide?
does that mean?
No. What? A very elaborate suicide?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
No, but there's a hole in her logic though. And I think we're gonna get to that in a bit.
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember?
Yeah, that's also true.
Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
No, what?
Need to discuss?
She really thinks that's that's what happened? I mean, when you think about it, that is correct. No one could have set that up except for Nagito. Unless there's a hidden passageway somewhere in the warehouse that no one else knows except for the traitor, or the killer.
That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Wait, Hiko, why are you being defensive? Well, then again, no one's blaming him. He just thinks it's stupid. Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. He tied himself up? How? Let's see what they have to say.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Did he have an
How
accomplice?
about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Now's not the time, guys. If our assumption that Nagito committed suicide is correct, Nagito should have tied himself up too. That's okay, right? Eh? Oh my god. Burned rope. The rope that was tied to Nagito's right arm burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean. Yeah, that's the quote-unquote free arm, right? That's the quote-unquote free arm. But then he couldn't use that to tie himself up because the survival knife is in the way. Oh man, this is so out there. Hang on, I need to think outside the box with this one. Survival nerve. Survival knife, burned rope, torture wounds. Each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Both of his legs were tied with rope. What's the arms tied with? It's Nerf or nothing. Spear of Gungnir. Only the section where the cord and weight touch is bloody. Wait, that's not the duct tape. Monokuma plushie? Eh? Oh my god. Monokuma panels, oil lighter. Oil lighter. Jesus, this is so... oh my god, this is actually kind of hard. How is he able to tie himself up? That's so stupid. Let's read what everyone else has to say again. It's impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Used your teeth? No, he couldn't use his teeth. He had duct tape on his mouth.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tie up your own
Tying
legs.
just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Wait, is the assumption here that the Monokuma plushie was also like Monokuma, and he's the one this was used to tie him up? Because it's one of the truth bullets, and this plushie was in the crime scene, the murder scene, right? Is that what's happening here? Is that what we're gonna go with? Hang on, we're going. Let's go with that.
If you use your front tail?
Because it's one of the
Joke! Is that a dirty joke?
it's one of the truth bullets. Let's try it. I don't think it is, but let's try.
That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the leg, tying both arms would.
You couldn't do much.
We don't have a lot of...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
No, it's not it. Is there a way to tie your arms and legs by yourself? If so, I'd like you to explain to me. Try demonstrating it right now, you dumbass. Okay, it's not that. It's not that.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
You were by
How
yourself.
about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
That's okay, right? Hang on.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Tie up your own arms and
It's
legs?
obviously impossible.
Tying just.
Hang on, let me look at the body again. Laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. It only mentions that his legs are tied up, but isn't his other arm also tied up? Right here it says, both of Nagito's legs were tied with rope. Each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. But it doesn't mention his arm. One of his arms is still tied up there. Is that also tied to a pillar. It was also tied to a pillar. This one isn't. This other one isn't, because it was burned off. Pillar City. Man, this is tough. They really aren't playing anymore. Burned rope. But his right sleeve still looks clean. Is the assumption here he used burning rope to tie himself? No. Right, no, survival knife. This was also... Blood on left hand. Wait, blood on left hand. Blood was splattered on the palm. For some reason, the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm. Also, the back of his left hand is an unnatural blood stain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. As if he was tying himself. No, he was holding on to something before. God, I'm already stuck. Wait, Monokuma panels. No, this cause hang on, let me look at our bullets again. Oil lighter.
Tying both arms would be impossible.
Duct tape.
You couldn't do.
You couldn't have used the oil lighter, right? Because it was all the way over there. Oh Lord. What is this assumption? How could he tie himself up with these things?
Impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
Wait, hang on. Wait. Could he have used his teeth? Somehow? Hang on, I'm throwing random ideas here, right? The duct tape, right? The duct tape had a indent thing. So maybe he wasn't trying to scream. Maybe he was holding on. He was tying himself up with the... Alright, let's try it.
To actually tie up your own
I'm at a
arms and
loss. I'm
legs,
kind of at a
that's
loss here,
obviously
so...
impossible.
Tying just a leg, tying both arms.
You couldn't do much with the free.
It'd be impossible.
It's not
if
gonna...
you were
I don't
by
think it's gonna
yourself.
work,
How
but
about
let's
if you
try
use
it.
your teeth?
No, it's not. That was stupid. So he did use his teeth, huh? He totally used them to tie up his arms and legs. That is why celebrities pride themselves on their straight teeth.
Crap.
Oh god, this is so hard. Hang on guys, I'll be right back. Oh, someone's calling. Alright, I'm back. God, this is hard. Oh my gosh. Let's go through it one more time.
Actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible.
Tie up your own arms and
Tying
legs.
just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
The rope that was tied to Nagito's right arm burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean. Is the I'm thinking maybe his one arm was still free at the time. But then how did the survival knife land on the arm, land on the hand? Yeah, I feel bad, like, I mean, I'm not just randomly guessing, I am trying to, like, explain my reasoning, right? So, maybe the burnt rope, because it turns out one of his arms was free. The one of his arms were free. And this couldn't have come from the fire, right? Because if it was from the fire, then the fire should have kept, burning until it reaches his body. Right? That makes sense, right? Let's try it.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
Couldn't do much with the free arm. Then again, they bring that up.
Impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
We only have 2 minutes left.
To actually tie up your own arms and...
What?
No.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's see how this...
Hold on a second. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms.
Hmm?
The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
Yeah, he wasn't completely tied
It was
up.
just burned by the fire.
Yeah, there we
He should've
go.
been
There we
tied
go.
up before then.
There we go. There we go. There we go. We're getting somewhere now. We're getting somewhere.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look
It
like...
might look like that, but if it was burned by the fire should have kept burning and reached his body. At least burned off a little bit of his sleeve.
But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
The proof that the burnt rope on Nagito's right arm is a trap. His right sleeve is clean. It's not burned, right?
I see.
There we go. We're back. We're back in the game,
Take a
boys
close look
and
at
girls
his right sleeve.
and non-binary pals.
Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely.
But
right?
then I guess we're gonna answer that next. How was he able to move that arm and then have the knife, stab right onto his palm?
Yeah, that should be the case.
I think Fuyuhiko's gonna butt in and say something.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
What? No, now's not the time.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
Sonya on that Sigma grind set.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
What?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the
The
knife
knife-
was still stabbed into it, you know?
Yeah, that's correct. That is correct.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
What's a Benjamin? Is that a slang for something? Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back. What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Sandwich. A sandwich?
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest.
A way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. $100. Ah, I see. That's a weird... Oh, right. I think I get... Right, because Benjamin was on the $100 bill. Yeah. I remember that. I learned that fact from watching Fairly Odd Parents. It's okay. There's definitely an answer for this. What's the answer? How was he able to stab himself with his right hand? Oh, blood on girder. Is that it? Hang on, let's see.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
Hang on. Let's see what they have to say first.
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
No, it's the other way around.
Onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
No, he couldn't.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
That's
We
true.
don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
If Nagito could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it? I think we're gonna bring up the blood on the girder, maybe? Hang on, let me look at that. We're gonna and talk about the fact that he tied the knife up on the girder and then let the knife fall with it tied to the rope? Tied on a rope? Somehow? But I thought that's how he used the Gungnir. The spear. Not the knife. What are truth bullets again? Blood on
Even if
girder.
Nagito's right hand was
panel,
free,
survival knife.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air
Let's try
and
that
let
one
the
first.
knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Oops, I missed my chance.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Let the knife
Maybe
fall.
he propped the knife somehow?
Prop the knife
And
somewhere.
slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
That's not possible, I think.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Let's try the blood on the girder with Sonia's blue statement about letting the knife fall on the palm. Let's try that one. I'm not too confident though, but let's see.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
No, shit. No, it's not it either. That was a waste. As I thought, the knife fell into his hand and stabbed him.
It's wrong?
That doesn't sound right to me. I should think about it again one more time. Maybe it was on the Monokuma plushie? Because it did have a hole in
Even
it.
if Nagito's right hand was free,
Did he hang on? Did he maybe prop the knife on the Monokuma plushie? But it already has a hole. Maybe, because it like it says, it has a huge bloody hole in its stomach as if it was stabbed. No, wait. Does that make sense? Can you do that? How would you prop it that way? Maybe he already stabbed it beforehand? Let's try this.
how could he stab
Maybe-
his right hand with
maybe-
his right hand?
Maybe he
if
propped
he
it
threw
that
the
way.
knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Let's try that.
could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing
Don't answer me, guys. By the way, let's
Maybe he propped the knife
try this.
somehow?
Aha!
I agree with that.
I was right. An intellectual guess, as they call it.
The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
I feel smart, guys.
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
That's still really fucked up though when you think about it, right? Like, is Chiaki really insinuating that Nagito did this whole show and then kill himself? To kill himself. But why? And what does it achieve?
If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
I feel like Chiaki's leading us on somehow, trying to make us think that's the case, but because I am already suspecting her to be the traitor, but I don't think she's the killer, but I do think that she might be the traitor. Then why is she doing all this? To escape the island, maybe? Let's see. We're getting ahead of
The blood on
ourselves.
the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
This is still messed up.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
Wait, dolls' hairs grow? I don't think that's correct.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito.
Yeah, that's true.
If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution.
And then again, you know, it is Nagito. He's resilient, you could say.
If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Oh my god. You didn't have to word it that way, Sonia. Oh my god. Look at his.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need you for reasons.
Guys, this is not the time.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out.
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
I think we're gonna bring up the fact that there's blood on the girder.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
You know, don't act surprised, Gastro. You had it coming.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
I kinda do. Let's.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Oh.
Monami's sassing me.
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far. So this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
She said the thing. Yes, she said the thing.
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I think, yeah, we're gonna bring that up again. The blood on the girder, maybe.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
He tied it up to the girder somehow, and then just let it fall after a certain amount of time. Like maybe the rope was flimsy, and then after enough time passes, it just falls on its own.
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how we made it this far up till now.
Aw, that is true.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now.
All right, let's do this.
Burned rope. Blood on left hand. Blood on left hand. I think that might be it.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
That was very touching.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Oh, hang on. I think I get it.
And that rules out his left hand.
Nope, nope, nope. We're gonna...
That's the
Let's
case,
see.
the only other way is...
He used his teeth?
Why does she keep bringing that up?
He used his front tail.
Why does she keep bringing up teeth and front tail?
Tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
No, I think what we're trying to figure out is right. Remember that the spear has a thing at the end. It also had a rope in the end. So I think what Nagito did, he threw the one end of the rope over the girder, and then his left hand was holding on to it, right? And then, hang on, he was holding on to the rope, right, with his left hand, and then once he stabbed his other hand with the knife, he let go of the rope and then let it fall on him. And that's why the handprint on his left hand is like shaped that way. It's shaped in a way that looks like he was holding on to something. Yeah. Let's go with that. Right.
How did Nagito stab him? Let's work together and think that
When the spear stabbed his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move, but his left hand was also tied up.
And that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong. Tell him, Hajime.
Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
I think someone's gonna butt in, and then we're gonna mention the fact that there's blood on the girder. I think.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand.
The shape of the blood.
The bloodstain on the palm of
Blood
his
stain.
hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
that settles the description of that bloodstain. But it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
He was holding on to something. What was Nagito's left hand doing when the blood splattered? Gripping, right?
I see! When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild.
I mean, you say that, but there's still stab wounds right there.
He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right. That's the problem.
Hey, Chiaki, what do you think?
I think I already know how he did it.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
He was gripping the rope part. Which section of the spear was he holding on to? Handle? No, cord. That's
I see.
it's called a cord.
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
That's where he was holding.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That's exactly what happened.
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear? He had it... It was hanging on top of the girder. It was hanging on top of the girder, guys!
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time? What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
It was like straight on top. Nagito was facing up, and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that, it was facing down. That's it, could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment. If I put those together and think about it, I should be able to figure it out. Where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Right. Logic dive. I think I already figured it out. How the spear was used. Meow. Ah! I don't think you lose health from that though. I think it just slows you down. It knocks you back and like, you know, you waste time doing so. Getting back up. Question 1. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Above Nagito. Above. It was above him. Let's go. Oh, that's new. What the fuck? Spinning red thing, diamonds. Oh my god, that's definitely new. Jesus. Ah, what the fuck? The way they spin around is like, oh. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? A ceiling girder. I mean, the sprinklers were above him too, but we're not. That's not the important part. Oh, I can move. I can move with the mouse too. This whole time I've just been using the keyboard. Hey, Lupnoms, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Whoa. I don't want to know what happens when those things bump into me. How are you doing? We're at the final quote-unquote final class trial of the game, but I don't think it's the final one at all. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be one more. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling girder? Spear's cord. There we go. Surviving from this heat. Aww. Shawarma. Nice. Where'd you get the shawarma? Now I'm craving some shawarma too.
It's all coming together.
How hot is it over there, by the way?
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular. In the middle of the air?
Shawarma Shack. Ooh. They make some good ones. I've had some of their shawarmas. They're good. They're good. Shawhata? No, shawarma. I don't know. It's hot. You're literally shirtless. Oh yeah, prove it. I'm kidding. You don't have to do that.
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he'd probably use the ceiling girder directly above him.
Of course, Gastro. Of course. Of course, you mean the shawarmas.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I
He
thought.
hoisted the spear directly above him.
But someone's gonna butt in. I can feel it.
And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Oh, look at that. Oh, why does this look like a... Why does this look like a... something you'd see on a Nintendo Wii manual? This is how you stab yourself. Ugh.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Yes.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
He's always shirtless? What if it's cold?
Are you serious? He really committed suicide?
Sorry, Nagito's literally insane. Like, at this point.
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
Are we really going forward with this idea that he killed himself?
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
This is making me...
Then, this is for real?
It really is a suicide? I don't buy it.
He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
But why?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear?
Why though? That's the thing. Oh!
That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end.
Oh, look how, like, look at him, like, he's just doing it so casually, like, oh, okay, let's... Alright, let me do this, 28 times, okay? 1, 2, 3... Jesus.
Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far?
Yeah, why? What does this achieve, Nagito? That's the thing. That's the thing that I'm like, that's making me think that this wasn't a suicide. The fact that, like, what does torturing himself achieve? What does him dying achieve? That's the thing. That's the what, like... What was the reason? What was the reason?
That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
Yeah, why?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
No, I don't think Nagito is that kind of person.
His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Yeah, like, yeah, we're not thinking like Nagito. Remember how many times the things he said. He's fighting for hope, to see a strong hope that will overcome despair. Suicide does not give hope. It's the opposite. I think that eventually someone's gonna bring that up, I think. Like, that's not... Nagito would never do that or something.
Did he want us to die that bad?
No, I don't think that's it. Let's see.
Messed up. seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez. And I'm starting to feel a little sympathetic toward him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he's died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand.
Yeah,
You
there
said
we
you
go.
would reveal the
There we
truth,
go. There we
right?
go. Talk about it, Sonia.
Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
That's true. That's true. Yes, yes, yes. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, Sonia. Thank
That
you.
bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
I mean, if you're gonna go, great despair brings great hope. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. Exactly, like you said, Luck Noms.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
Right. Here's the thing. Sonia's gonna bring it up. The bombs aren't real. There are no bombs on the island. Well, actually there are. There was one from the funhouse, but the bombs weren't bombs. They were fireworks. And I think Sonia's gonna bring that up because she was the one who discovered that. She discovered that first before anyone else.
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion.
No, we're not.
Bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
They don't seem convinced either.
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
No, talk about it, Akane. Talk about it. What is it? Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Akane thinking? She's really pulling through, you know. I'm liking her character development.
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You're right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
No, guys, go, stop.
And it's okay
No,
to end it.
don't do it. Don't do it.
That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay
No,
to say
stop.
you've decided on the killer?
No, stop. Someone say something.
Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right?
That-
Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That is correct, but
That's true, but
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death.
What is it?
Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here, I thought we were finally finished.
Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. Is he talking about the Hope Speak Academy file? Because this is something that Monokuma himself made, or rather, the mastermind or something. And there's also this whole business with the poison and everything. There's so much more that we don't know about that hasn't been taught this trial. But I think it's the Hope Speak Academy file, right?
Crap!
No, this isn't it. Oh, Chiaki's worried about something else. Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. What can't he mess with? This one? No. Sonia's account. Something related to Nagito's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. An evidence that he can't tamper. I guess. That the bombs were fake? Because, according to Monokuma, he never revealed that fact to anyone. This one?
Crap!
No, that's not it. And it's related to his death. Related to his death and also can't be tampered with. This one? But it also doesn't, like... Think about it. What's something related to him that's not... It has to be related to his murder, right? And something he couldn't... Something that he can't tamper with. Something related. The Monokuma plushie, the spear, survival knife. Can you check the Nagito's? Can you check Nagito's? Can you check the Nagito corpse? The time of death? Is that it? He can't tamper with the time, right? Because that is something someone brought up before. That can I pause? I can't pause the game. All right. I can't pause the game. Okay, I guess I have to let the timer run out.
I see.
Whoa! Okay, I was right. I didn't mean to do that, but I was right. It was the time. The time.
The Monokuma file?
The time of death. There is no mention. There is no mention of time of death. Is that what we're gonna talk about?
Yeah, that's it.
The Monokuma file. What about it?
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
No, I can't take credit for that. By the way, I misclicked. I was trying to pause the game, but I accidentally turned in that that evidence. But I did think it was weird. Like there was no mention of exact time of death in the Monokuma file. So how could he have like deliberately done that? I don't. Yeah, what's suspicious about the Monokuma file? Is it the time of death or something else? The victim is not, like, body was discovered inside a warehouse. Estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there spear stabbed in his stomach, there are laceration on his left arm and a knife cut through his right. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is what's hidden in the Monokuma file. I think the only thing I can think of is the time. Right? Let's see. Hangman's Gambit. Wait, no! He could have... Time of death? No, that's... Wait, shit. Wait, stop! Hang on, let me think. Let me think. It's 5 letters of death? Place of death? You sure on that? No. It's not time of death, because it's 5 letters and not 4. And I was also thinking, no, he actually could have predicted the time. He could have, like, predicted the time of death. Because when you think about it, like, once it reaches noon, right? Once it reaches noon, the fireworks go off. And since Nagito was holding on to the spear, like, once he hears, once he hears the fireworks, he'll be like, all right, time to let this go. And then he lets go of the spear to kind of make sure that he dies exactly noon. But then, it was also brought up earlier that before that the gas ran out before it was noon. So never mind on that. Never mind on that. Okay. It's 5 letters of death? Place of death? I don't know. Let's see what letters show up. Ow. Need a hint? No. Let me try and figure this out. There's a bunch of C's. Not sure why. Oh, let's try. Ow. Is it C? C. Jesus Christ, this is so many! I'm losing so much health. Ah! Hang on. Cause of death! Cause of death! Cause of death. He couldn't choose how he died specifically? Jesus Christ, this is so many letters. I'm losing so much health. What the fuck? Ah! What is this? Ah! This is bullshit. There's so many stuff. Ow. Stop. What is this? There's so much stuff happening. I need an E. And I misclicked it. A. No, fuck. H. I need an H. Oh, no, shit. Oh my god. No, it's T. I need a T first. And then an H. Oh my god. That was so many letters. Holy shit. That was stupid.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. There is no specific mention of which cause of death. It brings up the time and what the wounds, the place, but not which one killed him ultimately. Yeah.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma,
I plead the fifth!
Here he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
That is true.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide.
It was also a murder?
Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
No, I don't think so.
are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking
There
about.
we go. We're talking about him in a way that's more understandable to his character, I think.
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh?
Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna put an ad break for a minute, so I'll see you guys in a minute.